All right, today we're going to talk about something that's really, really important. We're diving into how to spot the signs of a harmful romantic relationship and what you can do about it. This is all about giving you the tools to keep yourself safe and maybe even help someone you care about.
This is it, right? This is the core of it all. Love should be your safe harbor. It's supposed to build you up, make you feel supported, and give you the freedom to be exactly who you are.
And that's the big question, isn't it? Because sometimes what looks like love on the outside can actually become a source of fear and control and pain.
So let's get into how this happens. Because one of the most confusing parts is that these dangerous relationships, they almost never start out that way. In fact, it's usually the total opposite. They start out feeling like a fairy tale.
And there's a name for this tactic. It's a really important one to know. Love bombing. This is where someone just completely overwhelms you with affection, attention, and compliments. They make you feel like you're the center of the universe. But it's not just intense romance. It's a strategy. It's designed to create this super fast, powerful bond so that when the good stuff starts to turn bad, it's not much harder to see it for what it is.
Okay, so what happens when that initial whirlwind starts to fade? What are the actual signals, the red flags that you just can't afford to ignore? Let's get into it, because catching these early is absolutely key.
You know, this is the sneaky part. It often starts out disguised as care. Things like, "Who are you texting?" or "I just worry about you." But it escalates. Suddenly, they need your passwords. They're checking your location. They start making little comments about your friends, trying to drive a wedge between you. Pretty soon, they're weighing in on your clothes, your plans, even your money. This isn't about caring for you. It's about controlling you.
Then there's manipulation. And this one can be so hard to pin down. One of the most damaging forms is something called gaslighting. This is when your partner will flat out deny saying or doing something that you know happened. They'll twist reality and flip things around until you start to question your own mind.
This phrase right here. Sound familiar? Or maybe you've heard, "You're making a big deal out of nothing," or "You're crazy." This is classic gaslighting. It's a power move designed to shut down your feelings and make you think that you're the one with the problem.
And this is what leads to that feeling of constantly walking on eggshells. One minute, they're the most charming person in the world. The next, they're exploding over something tiny, like you being 5 minutes late. This whiplash from sweet to scary and back again is incredibly confusing, and it keeps you in a constant state of anxiety, always trying to prevent the next blow-up.
So, looking at all these signs, the big question that always comes up is, well, why don't they just leave? And I gotta tell you, it is so much more complicated than that. It is absolutely not about weakness. There are some really powerful psychological things happening that create a kind of trap.
This is what's known as the cycle of abuse, and it explains so much. Let's walk through it. It starts with number 1, tension building. You can feel it in the air, criticism, nitpicking, just a bad vibe. That leads to number 2, the incident. This is the explosion, the abusive act itself. But then, and this is the crucial part, comes number 3, reconciliation. The abuser is suddenly sorry, full of promises, and showering you with affection again. That leads to number 4, the calm or honeymoon phase, where things feel good again. It gives you this false hope that things have changed, right before the tension starts to build all over again.
And that cycle, that constant swing between terrible and wonderful, creates something called a trauma bond. It's an incredibly powerful emotional attachment. Think of it like an addiction. Your brain gets hooked on those highs of the honeymoon phase, and it starts to confuse that intense roller coaster with love. It makes leaving feel almost physically impossible.
And look at this number, 7. That is the average number of times a person will try to leave an abusive relationship before they finally leave for good. Let that just sink in for a second. 7 times. This isn't a failure. This shows you how incredibly difficult and dangerous this journey is. It's a process, not a one-time decision.
Okay, so we've talked about the problem. Now let's talk about the solution. If any of this is ringing true for you or someone you know, what are the actual actionable steps you can take to move towards safety? First, and this is maybe the most important, trust your instincts. If something feels wrong, it is wrong. Stop making excuses for the behavior. Next, reach out. Tell a friend, a family member, a professional. Break the isolation. Prepare for an exit. Know where you can go. Have important documents and some cash stashed away. And finally, if it is safe for you to do so, document the abuse. Dates, times, what happened. This can be so important later.
Okay, everyone, I want you to really look at this number on your screen. This is the National Domestic Violence Hotline. It is free, it's completely confidential, and they are available 24/7. They can help you with resources, support, and creating a safety plan. If you need help, or even if you just need to talk, please save this number.
And what if you're on the outside looking in, worried about someone you love? The absolute best thing you can do is approach them without judgment. Just listen. Say things like, "I believe you," and that sounds terrifying. Offer real concrete help, like a place to stay or a ride. And please remember not to pressure them to leave. The decision has to be theirs, on their own time. Your job is to support them no matter what.
All right, let's end by focusing on the light at the end of the tunnel. What does healthy love actually look and feel like? What is it that every single one of us deserves to have in a partner?
And this chart just lays it all out, side by side. It's night and day, really. Toxic love is about control. Healthy love is about respect for boundaries. Toxic love tears you down and isolates you. Healthy love builds your confidence and encourages your friendships. It's about feeling better with them, not worse.
And I want to leave you with one last really important thing to think about. So many movies, books, and songs get this wrong. They paint extreme jealousy and control as some kind of epic passion, but that's not passion. Real, deep, healthy love doesn't come from fear or dominance. It comes from mutual respect and the freedom to be yourselves together. So, I want to leave you with a question to take with you. It doesn't have to be huge. Just think, what is one boundary, big or small, that you can set for your own well-being today? It could be in any relationship in your life, because you absolutely deserve to feel safe, respected, and free.